And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pacer Pit on the campus of the University of South Carolina, Aiken for the men's soccer home opener for the 2021 season. I'm Marcus Johnson. Thank you for joining us today as the Pacers are set to take on the Young Harris Mountain Lions. Pacers, while this is their home opener, it's also their first game of the season as they've experienced a few delays on the year, but they are ready to get things going, get their season underway as they take on the 2-1-1 Mountain Lions. Young Harris going with Eduardo Divino as their starting goalkeeper, while the Pacers will look to Felipe Cerda to man the goal posts for the Pacers. A momentary equipment delay as they get the balls properly inflated. Young Harris will have the ball to start things off on this game. The whistle starts. We are underway at the Pacer Pit, and Young Harris immediately pushing the ball into the Pacer end, and right out of bounds, the Pacers will take over. Quick inbound pass is intercepted by the Mountain Lions, but a quick header out of bounds will keep it in Mountain Lion possession. Pacers' first possession of the game ends rather quickly. And now a battle for the ball on the far side. Sees the Pacers coming away with it. Kick back into the USC Aiken end by the Mountain Lions. Huerta kicks it out of bounds, though. Mountain Lions will hold it and try to move it on in. Other work on the far side of the pitch. Gutierrez kicking it across. Taken over by Mauricio Cosgarten. Now Val Feeney passes it right back to him. And the Mountain Lions working in their own defensive end, trying to get something set up to charge in as they slowly push it across midfield. Pacers holding back, just watching them right now, not applying too much pressure. Now it's booted deep into the Pacer end, trying to get past the defenders, but a quick header there by the Pacers' Lucas Pegorer slows the Mountain Lion advance. Tossed on in, picked up by Young Harris. Kirkwood pushing it in, Adam Kirkwood, and it rolls all the way to the keeper. And Cerda will now try to get things going for the Pacers offensively. Landon Williams tries to push it up ahead, but it's intercepted by Quinn Thompson. Little battle for the ball as it rolls out of bounds. It'll be USC Aiken ball. Nope, never mind, it'll be Young Harris ball. Quinn Thompson will try to inbound it. Young Harris in the offensive zone now. Pacers now starting to be a little more aggressive on defense. Feeney pushing it all the way back to Gutierrez. Federico Gutierrez now pushing it up as it's passed on in. Off the head of Landon Williams. Pacers trying to take over. Kicked ahead where it's taken by Daniel Aileman. Pacers on the offensive, trying to push on in a little bit closer. Battle for the ball as Giannis Wome holds on to it. Stolen away. Young Harris coming away with the loose ball. Quinn Thompson in the near corner on the left side of the pitch. Now it's Mountain Lions' turn to move it back on up. Long pass up on ahead over everybody's head as the Pacer defense kicks it back out. Young Harris will again work it around in their zone. Feeney takes a side step, holds the ball, now pushes it forward. Out on the far side, good little slide there, knocks the ball away, but Young Harris able to re-corral it. Back into the Mountain Lion defensive end, where it's picked up by Cosgarten. Passed up on ahead around the defense. And that would have been offsides had it not gone into the waiting hands of the Pacer goalkeeper. Serta is going to give this one a good kick. Long kick on a line deep into the Young Harris end. Or it goes off a chest and the Mountain Lions working with it. Battle for the ball around midfield. Loose ball. Olsen moving forward. He gets intercepted, though, by Gervais Tobier. Into the right corner, Tobier avoiding a corner kick as he pushes it forward. Young Harris still on the attack, however. Sambugaro able to try to hold on to it, but it's picked up by his teammate Kosgarten. Back into the Young Harris end, where they'll try to set up again. Mountain Lions working around midfield. Long kick deep into the Pacer end. Just out of the reach of Quinn Thompson as it rolls towards the corner. Thompson doing a good job trying to keep it in bounds. And it rolls out of bounds, and we've got a corner kick here for the Mountain Lions. Corner kick on its way. Overshooting a lot of folks as it bounces off of a head and out of bounds. Goal kick here for the Pacers. Short kick. Pacers will try to make something happen with it. Giuseppe Semino will get a free kick here as he just passes it on off to Huerta. Huerta sends it deep into the far end. That rolls over to the left corner where it will be intercepted by Davino. And Young Harris taking over. Another booming kick down the field looking for Thompson. Thompson able to pick it up, but he loses possession of it as it rolls to the far end. And another corner kick here as Landon Williams unable to really get a good angle on the ball. So another opportunity here for the Mountain Lions. Sondre Olsen looks like he's going to take his second straight corner kick. Another long kick. And a little battle for it, but not before it rolls out of bounds. So both corner kicks with the same result. Well, Young Harris will get another corner kick here. Valfini will take it, this time from the far corner. This one a bit closer, pushed away though by Serta. Serta sends it in deep. Pacer offense tries to come away with it, but instead it will go to Eduardo Davino, the goalkeeper. Back out to midfield. Young Harris on the attack, moving in quickly. Trying to get around the Pacer defense, intercepted. Young Harris back on the attack. Low shot on goal. Not a whole lot behind that kick as Pato Padilla tried to put one on goal. Young Harris again in possession. Thompson just passes it on back. Back and forth between Mountain Lions. Now it's sent clear across, trying to shift everybody over to the far end. Feeney sending it in deep. Looking for Thompson. Off the head, though, of Landon Williams, and the Pacers come away with it. Williams booting it back into the Young Harris end. Feeney will inbound it. Young Harris controlling this match rather well right now, as they've been able to hold possession of the ball for a majority of the time. Pacers doing everything they can to just keep it out of their own zone. Young Harris moving it on up. Saad Mazian puts a shot on goal, but after a hop, it heads into the waiting arms of Philippe Serta. Another save for the Pacer netminder. And he'll kick it out on a line. Pacers moving it in to the near corner. A little pushing and shoving goes on. That's going to draw some attention from the officials. As Aileman shoved his man to the ground a little lightly, but still enough to warrant the call. Young Harris moving it across. On the left side of the goal, ball pops into the air and into the hands of Serta. Not sure if it was a shot or a redirection. Either way, Serta able to come up with the ball safe and sound. Back into the Young Harris end. Well, they'll take control again. Another pass up ahead, looking for Thompson. Couldn't get him, though, as the Pacer defense was able to intercept it. Worked back in by Young Harris. David Panucci tries to pass it up ahead, but nobody was waiting for it. Young Harris again coming away with the ball. Worked into the Pacer end by Young Harris. Sondre Olsen tries to get around the defense, gives it off to Saad Mazian. Up ahead in front of the Pacer net. Olsen trying to get a shot off, but he had no angle on it. Another pass in, trying to center it. Feeney with the ball, checked by the Pacer defense, and booted away out of harm's way. Aileman will bring it up quickly. Pacers almost able to move it on in, but it's intercepted by the Young Harris defense. Pacers with the ball around midfield. Finally trying to get some offensive production here as they move it on up. Semino loses possession of the ball. Young Harris coming away with it quickly. Back the other way on the far end. Good defense by USC Aiken to try to keep some pressure on the Young Harris offense. Young Harris on the move. Feeney passes it forward. Little battle for the ball around midfield. Pacers coming up with it. Pushed on ahead by Momay. Moldovan in the far corner tries to center it. Ends up hitting Thompson, but the Pacers able to hold on to it. Bad handling by Landon Williams as he tried to center a pass as well. And Young Harris will take advantage of the opportunity. Good footwork there from Olsen as he sends it in deep. Battle for the ball. Mazian fakes his shot. Now he'll pass off. Olsen with a shot. Olsen scores. Sondre Olsen took the pass and just drove it right into the back of the net. Young Harris coming up with the 1-0 lead with 30:44 to go in the first. I was going to say, we're back to the action as the Pacers find themselves in a 1-goal hole, but they're going to pause it for a moment. Now we're set to go again. Rocketed in by Semino. And Harris trying to move it on up. Ball kept in bounds. Thompson able to intercept the ball. Tries to center it. Defense able to break things up. And another battle for the ball draws a whistle. And it will be Pacer ball with a free kick. Kicked on ahead by JaVale Tobier. Deep into the Young Harris end, where it's snatched up by Davino. Only action Davino's seen today so far. Young Harris will work it in their own end. Trying to draw the Pacers in a little bit as they move it up. Feeney passes it ahead. Thompson chasing it down. And it rolls out of bounds. It will be goal kick for the Pacers. As we have our first substitution of the day. This will send Henrique Barreto out in place of Trent Terry. First substitution of the game for either side. Young Harris with the ball. Near corner of the Pacer end. A little pushing and shoving, but the refs are letting him play it out. Off the face of number 17, Mauricio Kosgarten. Play will continue, though. Now we're at the far corner of the Pacer end. Young Harris trying to get the offense going. Over the keeper's head and headed out by Tobier. Heads up defense by JaVale Tobier to take away a scoring chance from Young Harris. Another shot. Just misses wide of the net. Ball headed around at the halfway mark of the field. Booted back into the Pacer end. Tobier tries to catch up to it, heads it to his keeper, though. Serta will take it. Collision for the ball. See who comes up with the ball with possession. Still free. Is Huerta able to come away with it as he moves it across? Back into the Young Harris end. Will try to kick it back out again? Is Huerta. Try to come away with it, but he ends up shoving his man down. And I believe this will be a Young Harris kick. Mountain Lions again working into their own zone. 26-11 to go in the first half, and it's 1-0 Young Harris over the Pacers. Into the Pacer end, Feeney. Lots of open space to move. Runs into Tobier, who manages to knock it loose. Young Harris able to come away with it, though, after a few moments. Olsen, who scored the goal earlier, passes it off. Awkward angle shot, clears across the crease and into the far end where Thompson is waiting for it. And we have a momentary pause here and a stoppage, as we might have to bring out the trainer to check on somebody. We'll take a very short break. Be right back in just a moment. Well, seems like nothing too serious as Olsen comes off the pitch. Ben McKay will take over for him. That is tossed inbounds. Another little collision here between Ailman and one of the Mountain Lions. It appears that Ricardo Sambugaro a little shaken up on the play. So he'll have to step out. Another man will come on in for the Mountain Lions.
Camera's not up.
A chance here for Young Harris, as Feeney will take the kick. On its way, off ahead and over the net by a good 10 feet into the intramural softball field.
It's just saying error on YouTube. Okay.
A goal kick coming up here for USC Aiken. 23-29 to go in the first. Young Harris with a lot of opportunities here, but only one goal to show for it, as the Pacer defense has been trying and standing relatively tall as they bring it up now. Panucci passes it up ahead. Moldovan loses it. The Pace is able to try to bring it back on up. Getting close to the Young Harris goal, but it's kicked out of harm's way by the Mountain Line defense. Far side of the pitch. This play is broken on up, and the ball is taken away by Pegorer. USC Aiken on the attack as it's stripped away at the last second. Long kick ahead, out in the far corner on the USC Aiken end. Broken up by the Pacer defense and into one of the goals on the sideline. After a short water break, we'll be right back to the action. 22:28 to go. In the first half, it's 1-0 Young Harris over the USC Aiken Pacers on this home opener for men's soccer. Tossed on in by the Mountain Lions towards the Pacer goal. Off ahead and shot. A little off angle, it'll be Pacer ball. Headed back into the Pacers zone where the defense will try to break things up. And it's pushed back to midfield. Pacers moving it up. After the Pacers tossed it on in, it went off of a Young Harris defender and out, and it looks like we're going to have a corner kick here for USC Aiken. First chance for them, really on the offensive side of things, to make something happen. Looks like Barreto will take the corner kick for the Pacers. Low kick towards the goal, and it ends up behind the net. The Young Harris defense stands tall. Stoppage of play here. There's a little collision on the near side, and this is going to warrant a yellow card to the Pacers. And it would appear that Panucci is going to get tabbed for the yellow card. We apologize about the technical difficulties. It would appear that we have frozen video.
Hey, Cody. They said it's frozen.
Be ready, Tone. Be ready, Tone. Back in, Val. Don't watch, Val.
Pace is moving it up. And Harris kicks it out of bounds, trying to slow the offense down a little bit.
It says the string is still.
Pace will toss it on in now. Landon Williams with the ball. Now here's defense going to work.
Up behind the tree up there.
Into the Pacer end. Intercepted by Serta, but he's immediately pressured.
Help him, Ricky. Help him, Ricky. Keep us, get it out. Come on, Mal. All the way. Yes. That's all right. That's okay. Hey, look where the ball is. Well done. Use your brain, guys. Yeah, not just a bit of that. Use
I'm
your
gonna
brain
stop
a
zooming
little
in
bit.
because I think I'm hitting him when I'm zooming in. I think he said we have to start wirecast everything back over. Or are you trying to use?
Goal kick here for the Pacers. Serta will take it. He drills it on out as the ball's headed around midfield. Worked around by the Young Harris defense as they try to bring it up. Into the Pacer end. McKay with it. And now it's back into the Pacers' hands. Tossed on in by USC Aiken. Young Harris coming away with it into the Pacers zone. But just barely offsides is the call. I saw the flag go up. The Pacers come away with it.
What do you say, dude? He said we're gonna have to stop blue frame and broadcast and then just they create a new event on blue frame and just tell them that hey, we gotta try to fix the image and we're gonna restart. Give us about 15 minutes and we'll be back.
All right, so we're going to take a short break on the broadcast as we try to fix this image issue. We'll be back in about 15 minutes, so please stick around. We'll be right back. Well, we are back after the technical difficulties. No goals scored on either side, but a couple of opportunities for Young Harris thwarted by a save by the Pacer netminder Serta, and one lucky misplayed pass has kept this a 1-0 game. 8:40 to go in the first half before we get to halftime. And once again, I'm Marcus Johnson, thanking you for coming back and joining us after the technical difficulties. Hopefully we won't have any more, but if they do happen, we will apologize in advance. A lot of times the elements like to play games with our technology up here, even on the nicest of days. And Serta will send it on deep into the Young Harris end. Base is almost able to come away with it, but Young Harris stealing possession back. And an excellent tackle there from David Panucci, but wrong kind of football. So Young Harris with the ball again. Quinn Thompson pushing it ahead. And we have another substitution coming up. It looks like Mark Guevara, or Guevara, I should say, will come into the game for Young Harris, and he will be spelling Tony Berry. Or not, no, he's not spelling Tony Berry. He is spelling Quinn Thompson. Ball kept in bounds as it's moved up by the mountain line. Centering pass broken up by the Pacers as it's kicked high into the air. Young Harris looking for a corner kick, and they're just going to get it as Landon Williams tried to head it out, but it goes off the flag. The Mountain Lions will set up for a corner kick, trying to add a little insurance to this 1-0 game. Low kick broken up by the Pacers, and that one will roll out of bounds.
Hey, we switch on here. Casey steps and get it here. Back in.
Quick inbound pass is knocked out of bounds again. No corner kick, however, as this time the header from Landon Williams goes the way he wanted it to go.
Now we organize it, Maui.
In front of the Pacer net. Broken up, though, by the defense as it rolls out of bounds. Corner kick on its way, broken up by the Pacer defense and sent out of harm's way towards midfield. Huerta will inbound this ball on the far end. As the Pacer offense is trying to get something going here late in the first half. Whistle blown here as Pacers will come away with the ball again. Long kick deep into the Young Harris end, over the heads of everybody, and kicked out. Kicked clear but not out, I should say, as Young Harris comes away with the ball. But another whistle blows the play dead. Into the USC Aiken end. Foot race for the loose ball as it's centered but knocked away by Tobier. Mountain Lions working it around the Pacer end. Feeney tries to get it near the Pacer goal, but it's broken up by the defense. Mazian trying to shake his check as he is covered closely by Pegora. Little battle for the ball on the far end, but Young Harris coming away with it again. McKay driving in hard, passes it on off. Pacer defense gathering around the ball. It's loose, shot, and score! Goal by number 15, Ben McKay, as he had Serta out of the net and out of position, and Young Harris has made this a 2-0 game with 2:19 to go in the first half. Huerta moving it up for the Pacers as they find themselves in a 2-0 hole. Battle for the ball on the near end here, right in front of the press box, where the Pacers come away with it. USC Aiken trying to move it up, but it's knocked out of bounds. Pacers now in a hurry-up phase as they try to push in. Semino pushes it towards the goal. And diving on top of it is Davino to take away a scoring opportunity for USC Aiken. You had Woolman moving in right on him very quickly. Sky deep into Young Harris's end where the Mountain Lions come away with it. Pushed up by McKay and stolen away by the Pacers. Panucci tries to make something out of nothing there as he sends it towards the goal, but it's wide to the left. And it will be goal kick for Davino. Skied into the USC Aiken end this time as it's hit by Tobier's head and out into the Young Harris side and out of bounds. 10 seconds to go in the half. Young Harris will just quickly inbound it and hold possession to kill the remaining time before we head into halftime. As the horn sounds, it's 2-0. Young Harris with a 2-0 lead over the Pacers in this home opener. As both teams will head to the locker rooms, and USC Aiken will try to draw up a game plan to mount the comeback. But until then, we're going to take a very short break. Be back in a few minutes for the second half. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half about to get underway. Young Harris leading the Pacers 2-0 here in this men's soccer home opener. And we are back on the air for the time being. One of the problems we've discovered is gravity is yanking one of our cords out of our camera. So if it happens again, you just have to blame the laws of nature. As our tech staff has done everything possible to fight those unfair laws. The second half underway, Pacers with the ball to start things off. Pacers unable to get it out of their own end as Young Harris comes away with it again. Driven into the Pacer end by McKay. McKay, one of the 2 goal scorers for the Mountain Lions, along with Sondre Olsen. Young Harris throwing it on in from the corner. Bounces near the goal. Young Harris keeping it. Shot. And that one just misses to the right. Serta will kick it out from his own goal. Ball back into Serta's hands as he's checked by Young Harris, who's playing very aggressive right out the starting gate. Stolen away, Young Harris back on the attack, moving in quickly. Centering pass broken up by the Pacers, but it's picked up again by Adam Kirkwood. Another centering pass, Toby Ayer intercepts that one. Mountain Lions, again, very aggressive right away. Not giving the Pacers any chance to breathe. As it's knocked out of bounds, it will remain Mountain Lion ball as it's thrown in quickly. Olsen sends it into the goal where Serta snatches it out of the air and directs his team down the pitch. Battled for at midfield. Sent back into the Pacer end where it's a foot race by Toby Ayer, who sends it into Serta. Brought up by the Pacers. Semino pushes it up ahead. Young Harris intercepts the pass, but it's picked back up by the Pacers. Delayed shot attempt by Pagora gave Young Harris the opportunity it needed to send it out of bounds and slow up the Pacer attack. Pacers working in the near corner. Sent towards the net, but headed out of harm's way. Pagora tries to center another pass. Trying to give the Pacers an opportunity, but Young Harris coming away with it again quickly. Booted up ahead. Padilla catches up to the ball, but it's going to be blown dead. It looks like they're going to call it on offsides, and which is going to draw some argument. Pushed into the USC Aiken end. Headed out by the defense. Pacers move it up. Semino tries to get a pass on ahead, but it's intercepted and broken up by Thompson. Ball will stay in USC Aiken's possession, though, as this was sent out of bounds. And they'll try to toss it on in. Battle for in the far corner. High ball into the air in front of the net. Off ahead. That's going to roll almost out of bounds, but it's picked back up. And we'll get a goal kick here for the Mountain Lions. Davino will kick it out. Far end. And into the bleachers.
Lucas, behind you.
Up at about midfield. Sent on towards the net and 5 feet over the crossbar and into the locker room building. Battle for around midfield. It ends up in the Young Harris end, where they'll kick it back out. Up ahead, broken up and blown dead. Offsides is the call. Skied out towards midfield over the heads of everybody and into the defense of Young Harris, where Davina will scoop it up. Shot on goal, broken up. Good save there by the Pacers, Serta, and blown dead again. Another stoppage of play. Pacers working it, trying to bring it up. A lot of back and forth action, but not a whole lot of shots on goal right now as we're sitting at 36-20 to go in the second half. It's still 2-0 Young Harris as they come away with the toss-in. Trying to drive into the Pacer end. Young Harris working it in their own zone. Kicked up ahead. Still an onside play. rolling towards the net, and Serta will kick it out of harm's way back towards midfield.
He said drive around.
No clean possession just yet, but Young Harris seems to have the advantage, and they take it away. Moved up. Thompson driving forward, and he'll pass it back into his own end. Young Harris moving into the Pacer end. Kicked back out by the defense. And the Mountain Lions corralling it in their own zone. Broken up in the Pacer end. Stolen back away by McKay. Takes a shot, and making the save is Felipe Serta. Young Harris playing keep away with the Pacers as they move up. Far corner. Ball almost saved from going out of bounds, but it did go out of bounds. It'll be Young Harris ball out near the fans' bleachers over there on the far end of the pitch. As the ball rolls out of bounds, we have another corner kick coming up here. Young Harris will take it, and taking the corner kick is Sondre Olsen. And they won't go with the corner kick. They'll just get it in quickly on towards the net and head it out of bounds. Another corner kick coming up. Corner kick on its way. Broken up by Semino. Kept in by Young Harris, though. Shot blocked. Good defense there from Barreto. As they battle for the ball on the near side here. Rolls out of bounds. It'll be Pacer ball. Into the Mountain Lions zone. Coming out to meet it is Davino, as he sends it back out to midfield. Guevara. Back to Guevara as he pushes it ahead. McKay tries to intercept it, but is Huerta able to break things up. Near corner on the left side. And a whistle blows it dead. Looks like they're going to call it on offsides. Long booming kick down the pitch. And Pace will try to bring it up. Young Harris stealing it away as McKay pushes it forward. As Huerta intercepts it, but draws a whistle. Driving in on goal, shot, and in! And just rolled in at the last second as Serta tried to get out and intercept that one. And coming away with the goal is Mark Guevara. And it is now a 3-0 game as the Pacers find themselves in quite a hole. Pacers move it up after the goal. Find themselves down 3-0 with 29:15 to go in the second half. Young Harris taking the ball away as they try to bring it up again. Another game a keep away by the Mountain Lion defense as Gutierrez dances around with it. Excellent ball control here from Young Harris. And we're going to have a stoppage of play here as a man down for the Pacers. We're going to take a short break and be right back. Well, we'll get right back to the action as they're going to go ahead and take a look at Giuseppe Semino, make sure he's okay. 28-11 left to go in regulation. The Pacers are down 3-0 to Young Harris. Pacers trying to move it in. Good pressure from Wome. He's able to draw the whistle. And Pacers are going to get a free kick here in ample position. We'll see if the Pacers can get themselves on the board here. Just over 27 minutes left to play. Kick on its way and blocked and stopped by the netminder Davino. After the opportunity, Young Harris with the ball again. In the Pacer end, Young Harris trying to set something up on offense as Thompson pushes it ahead. Rolling towards the corner, kept in bounds though, shot! And that just misses wide. Another golden opportunity for the Mountain Lions as the Pacers defense is starting to feel that fatigue. Booted on out by Serta. Young Harris again on the offensive attack. Pacers bringing it up. Abelardo Rodriguez able to get around the defense, but not before the ball gets pushed out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for USC Aiken. Barreto's corner kick on its way. It's a bit short, and it's kicked out by the defense. Mountain Lion defense standing strong, preserving this shutout. Centered towards the net. Mountain Lions coming away with it. Up ahead, good charge here from Padilla as he's only checked by 2. He pulls it back a little bit, lets the rest of his team set up. front of the net. Pacer defense coming up and making the takeaway. Brought on up by the Pacers. Wome able to get the mountain lions to drive it out of bounds. Pacers hold on to it as they'll toss it in. Driving in is Mazien. Holding the ball, passes it forward to Guevara. Centering pass, scooped up by Serta. And a timeout called here, as both teams will get a little bit of a water break. 21-25 to go in the first half. USC Aiken trailing Young Harris, the second half, USC Aiken trailing Young Harris 3-0. And the timeout is over with. We'll get right back to the action. 21-25 to go in the second. The Pacers in a bit of a hole, down 3-0. Cleared out of the Young Harris end. Another whistle will blow it dead as the ball ends up out of bounds. Pacers on the attack. Young Harris stealing the ball away again as they'll move it back up. Up and around midfield, Young Harris with it. Pacers stealing it away, though. May moving it up. Ends up getting tripped up, and that will draw a whistle. USC Aiken will get a free kick here, about 2/3 of the way down the pitch. Kick on its way, and Young Harris defense again standing strong. Mountain Lions back moving it up. Face the defense scrambling to get back into position. Tony Berry trying to get around the defense, leaves the ball around, and it's picked up by USC Aiken. Pacers move up. Ome again trying to get around the defense, ends up running into a brick wall as it rolls out of bounds. And we're going to have a stoppage here as the trainer comes on out. 17:55 to go. It's still 3-0 Young Harris. We'll be back in a minute. Well, we're back in it. Gutierrez will step on out of the game, and Luis Cervantes will come in for him. The Pacers will get a corner kick fresh out of the break. Kick on its way. And snatching it out of the air is Eduardo Davino to steal away any chance the Pacers had of putting it on net.
Cody, face the ball. Face the ball. Face the ball. Nothing there, Benji.
Stolen away again by Young Harris as the Pacers tried to put it in bounds. Long pass ahead. Tobier heads it back to Serta, who's able to scoop the ball up. Harris will work it around in their own zone as they try to move it up again. Checking back into the game, though, is Gutierrez. His injury was only minor. Quick inbound pass is picked up by Tony Berry. Young Harris on the move again. Shot and goal. Scoring the goal on that one is number 9, Saad Mazian, as he's able to beat Philippe Serda for the 4th goal of the night for Young Harris right at the 16-minute mark. The score now 4-0. Young Harris dominating USC Aiken here on all sides of the ball, as the Pacers have been unable to come up with an answer just yet. Another substitution here. Quinn Thompson stepping off the pitch. Amir Rabier coming on. Young Harris back on the attack again, as the Pacer defense is absolutely stymied right now. Centering pass on goal, off of a head and just wide of the net. It rolls towards the near corner. Now Harris again with an opportunity. Shot deflected away, and that will roll out of bounds. I have 2 players down on the field right now. And they're going to stop the clock to go and check on the players. We'll take another break and be right back. And it looks like the Pacers are going to change goalies right now. Philippe Serta will come out of the game, and Brandon Grybick will take over for him in between the pipes. Corner kick on its way. It's a short one, though. And the Pacers will come away with it and try to move up.
Jobs to do,
13 and a half minutes to go. Pacers with the ball, and Grybick will take it. Another whistle here. A lot of collisions late on in the game.
Face the ball, face the ball. Fatto, get it now.
Huerta kicks it on into the Young Harris end, where it's headed back out. Pushed ahead into the Mountain Lions zone. Wome moving up. Tries to put something on goal, but it ends up out of bounds. And I believe we're going to have a corner kick here. Well, we have another man down, and corner kick on its way. Pushed away, though, by the netminder. Skied into the air, and that's going to end up in the softball field. Another substitution here. It looks like Young Harris is going to send Brandon Griffin into the game. They're starting to get in some guys who haven't quite seen as much action in this early season. Young Harris deep in their own end, skies it. Pushed back in by the Pacers, Pegora. Worked around on the far side by the Mountain Lions as they're playing another game of keep away with the Pacers. Ball gets away a little bit as USC Aiken tries to snatch it up. Mountain Lions pushing it in. Huerta tries to kick it out, but we have another man down for USC Aiken. And we'll see if we need another stoppage here or not. And another call for a trainer. And we'll have another stoppage here. Another call for the trainer. Oh, no, they're not going to call for the trainer. They're just stopping the clock. So it must not be too serious. As Landon Williams is able to get back on his feet with a little help from Young Harris's Padilla. Or sorry, I should say it's Panucci who's getting up on his feet. Now play will continue, 10.5 to go.
Option.
game of keep away continues by the Young Harris defense as they keep it in their own zone. Davino sending it on ahead. Pacers will intercept it now, but USC Aiken unable to keep possession of the ball. Panucci had it, lost it. Young Harris again with it. Whistle blows the play dead as we've passed the 10-minute mark. Young Harris with the ball. Battle for the ball around midfield. Young Harris coming away the victors of that battle as it's rolled into the Pacer end. USC Aiken poking it away, however. Young Harris in their own end. Sending it deep into the Pacer end this time, and it's going to roll out of bounds. Well, Pacers will take over again. Not a whole lot of time remaining with 7:54 to go. It's 4-0 Mountain Lions over the Pacers. And USC Aiken has not managed a whole lot of offense as of yet. Young Harris moving it up. McKay passes it forward. Collision for the ball as it pops into the air, rolling towards the Pacer net. Greibic comes out to meet it. And he'll hold on to the ball. And sends it. All bouncing in the air, still waiting for it to come down to touch the ground. Now it does. And the Pacers push it into the Mountain Lion end. Mountain Lions taking over again as they move up. Slid ahead by Cervantes. USC Aiken trying to get it out. Can't, as it's kept in by Kirkwood. Pacers coming in from the far end, trying to center it, but the defense is standing up to it. Another centering pass is over everyone's head and comes into the near corner here on the right side. Approaching the 5-minute mark in regulation. Faces often showing a little bit of light here late as they push it up. Moldovan clears it across to the far side of the pitch, trying to shift everybody around a little bit. Collision over on the far side as the ball just sits there. And now Young Harris away with it again. And a yellow card is assessed here. Not sure who's getting carded. Be able to find that out at the end of the game. And it looks like it's going to be Yanis Wome who gets called and will receive a yellow card. Free kick here for Young Harris. 3/4 of the way down the pitch. Kick on its way near the net. And it just clears on out of bounds. It'll be Pacer ball. Ball cleared on out, but headed right back in by Young Harris. Tobier gets his forehead on the ball. Ball sent into the Mountain Lion end. Davino comes out to meet it to send it away. And another stoppage of the clock here is, looks like Tobier is having a little bit of difficulty getting up. .301 left to go in regulation, and Tobier able to get back up. Clock starts on up again as the Pacers push it ahead. Young Harris back on the attack. Greibeck sends it out deep again. And back into the Pacer end where Greibeck comes out to meet it. Past the 2-minute warning. Pace is moving up. Young Harris able to meet it on the defensive side of things as they battle for the ball. Barreto passes it off. Picked up by Aliman. Mountain Lions out in the far corner trying to send it on out. Pacers will get a free kick as we approach the final minute of regulation. $1:05 to go.
EB, go in the hole.
Chance here for the Pacers to possibly break the shutout, which is all they can really hope for at this point in time. Kick on its way. It's low and scooped up by Davino, who keeps the shutout alive with 45 seconds left to play. Young Harris will keep it in their own zone, not try anything, takes it, crosses midfield. Now working with it is Cervantes, stolen away by the Pacers. Young Harris still with the ball now. Long shot from deep, and Grybic comes out to scoop it up. 9 seconds left to go in regulation, and Grybic just boots it with plenty of hang time. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, final second, and that will do it. The Pacers fall to Young Harris by a score of 4-0 here in their home opener and season opener on the year. As Young Harris improves to 3-1-1 overall, Pacers 0-1 on the season. USC Aiken will be back in action, though, on Sunday, if all things go well, as they take on the Flagler Saints in St. Augustine, Florida. And then they'll be back home on March 18th, Thursday, when they battle the Lander Bearcats here at the Pacer Pit at 7 p.m. But that should do it here from the Pacer Pit on the campus of the University of South Carolina at Aiken. I'm Marcus Johnson. Thank you for joining us this evening, and we'll see you